Welcome everybody to the third episode of Meet the Owners. Hope you're enjoying them so far. And today's episode will be with Frank Stevens. Evening, Frank.
Evening, Matt. Jace, how you doing, mate? All right?
Yeah, good, all good. So obviously most people know the format by now. Just if you could just start by telling us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, how you came to the football club, etc.
Yeah. So I'm from South London. I'm not from Thurrock. I'm from South London. I'm from Battersea, south of London. I moved up here about 8 years ago now. My brother lived here. He's lived here for about bloody 20 years plus probably. So he's what sort of brought me to the area. And so we've been here about 8 years. And me and my missus bought our first place here. So yeah, about 8 years. And then I'm a Chelsea fan because I'm from South London, so just around the corner from Stamford Bridge, really. And then kind of when we moved here, my dad moved down about 3 years ago, and we decided we wanted a bit of live football. Bored of just watching Chelsea on the telly all day and being armchair supporters. So we started to go into East Thurrock United, the old club, probably about 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Went intermittently, and and then obviously a bit gutted when it all collapsed and that. And and then just looking for doing a Google search one day, and just because I remember there was a bit of drama and wanting to start a new club and things like that, and there was a couple of guys interested, and then I just randomly Googled it and found the website and found Jack's videos on YouTube, and just that's really what sort of made me aware that it was back up and running and wanted to get involved.
Nice. So obviously you've already mentioned that you're a Chelsea fan. You can't get everything right, I suppose, but is that the only sports you like? Is there any other sports, or is it just football?
No, I mean, it's the one I know more about. I won't lie. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say that I'm an expert in any other sport. I wouldn't say I'm an expert in football, to be honest. But
we all think we're experts.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I love football, but I like most things. I'm a bit like you. I know meeting you a couple of times. You're pretty much the same as me. If there's something on, I've got the golf on down there now. I was watching the cricket last night. You know, I watched the rugby for the Six Nations and things like that. So boxing, you know, if there's a big fight on. Oh yeah, but all-round sports fan, but mostly, you know, my love is football. So yeah.
Yeah, same. I think my missus is dreading the Euros.
No,
yeah. 3 games a day. So in terms of the new setup, the community football club, what have you found that's good? What have you liked so far?
What I've liked about it, what drew me to it in the first place, was the fact that you guys, I mean, like sort of the original owning, the guys who sat down in that first meeting and got it together, what drew me to it was how much effort you guys had put in for absolutely no financial return to yourselves, just purely for the community. And when I was watching the other club, I would go if I was available, things like that. When I found out this was fan owned and the pure amount of effort and time that you guys have put into it, whilst still doing your daily lives, being family men and having jobs and things like that, that's what kind of drew me to it. And I thought, well, do you know what? I want to do more than just go. I'd rather, I want to be involved where I can. So what I found great about it is how when I first came to that meeting, I've only been an owner since I think about April, maybe the end of March. I think my first owners meeting was May, the first one. And I never knew a soul. I never knew anybody. And how welcoming you guys all were. I left that meeting, I knew names. I went to the curry after. And by the end of that, I had, 5, 6, 7 guys who I knew in the next meeting. And it's just how welcoming it all is for someone like me I've lived in the area a long time, but I don't know anybody particularly. So that's what I think is great about it, how welcoming it is to people who don't know anybody. That's what I think has been great about it, and how organised it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's really nice to hear, because I think that's, even for someone like me, I've lived here all my life. And obviously I know a lot of people and I've got friends and I've gone to school, etc. But even there's a lot of people at the football club that I never knew. And I think probably what the old football club didn't do so well compared to what we are doing so well, even though we love the old football club, is the social element, the social side, and getting everyone together. So we're really looking to sort of push that, because as much as we want to get the football club back to where it was, it's more important to have a club to support.
Yep.
And
Yep.
we're whatever level we're playing at, if we can all go and have a beer together and just be mates and watch the football, then that's really brilliant.
Absolutely.
So yeah, in terms of what you would say to other people who we're looking to bring in, new owners, new fans, is there anything you'd say to them? Look, this is why you should do it.
Yeah, I mean, I think pretty much what I've said. I mean, like I say, if you're someone who, you know, doesn't, if you're new to the area, or even if like you've been there in the area a long time and you're kind of looking for a social aspect as well as just football, this is definitely the place to be. It really, really is. I cannot stress it enough. I mean, I say with the other club, like you said, I'm not speaking ill of it at all. I loved it. It was great to go. It was great to take my little boy to. But this one has a different feel. When you go to the clubhouse of the other one, it was a little bit closed shop, and there's nothing wrong with that. Obviously, everyone was with their mates and things like that. But me and my dad would go. The person I spoke to by the end of that day was my dad, you know, and you went together, you went home together, and that was it. With this one, it is so different. It is so different. I mean, I sat down on that table on that first owners meeting on my own, didn't know a soul. And like I say, by the end, I was speaking to everybody, you know, and so what I would say is new to the area, or even if you've been in the area and you're looking for something social, even if you're not a massive football fan, you know, you just get down there, have a couple of beers with your mates. Like I say, I've got a couple of neighbours round here now on your quiz night. I managed to take them on the quiz night. Two of the four that I came with are not particularly football fans, but for the first friendly, we've got about 6 coming up now. So some of them are not there to watch the football. Want to sit on the veranda of the bar and have a beer, you know.
Yeah, that's it.
But as long as you're there to just, you know, be there for the club, have a little chat, a drink, I would definitely recommend it. Like I say, the other bit is I've got my little boy. My little boy's autistic, so he's not one for crowds. So taking him to Chelsea's a little bit much for him. Not a great lover of crowds and loud noises and things like that. So for this sort of thing, it's going to be perfect for him because, you know, it's a lovely big space, lovely big open space we've got there. If he needs a bit of quiet time, I can take him to the other side of the pitch and he can have that.
Yeah.
And if he wants social, we can go in the clubhouse. So it's got something there for everyone, and that's what I'd recommend it for.
That's really nice to hear. Yeah, as you say, like the bigger clubs can get overwhelming, but obviously we've got our new ground. It's got loads of space. So hopefully we fill it with loads of people, but I'm sure there'll be plenty of space anyway.
But even at the back, you know, around the hall, you've obviously crowd bit at the back. There's pitches. If the kids want to have a little kick about, there's so much for everyone.
That's brilliant. Yeah, so I think that's about it, Frank. Cheers for doing the interview, and hopefully we get many more people doing the same.
Lovely, Jace. Thank you, mate. See you soon.
Cheers, mate.